Today we are talking about the WNBA, the deal they just turned down, and other things related to WNBA. This podcast starts now. Thank you all for listening to my podcast. This is HeadSpaceRadio. We're back with another episode. And like I said, we are here to talk about the WNBA. For some people, it is called the W. You gotta have like a redneck voice when you say that. The W. But yeah, man. WNBA, they've had quite a history. And quite frankly, this isn't a podcast where I'm gonna be dunking on women and, calling them out and saying you gotta work in the kitchen or something like that. I'm not one of those dudes. I'm gonna try my best to be objective on certain aspects here, and obviously I have an opinion, and you're gonna hear my opinion through this podcast. So if you like what you hear, sign off in the comments. If you don't like what you hear, sign off in the comments. You think I'm dumb, sign off in the comments. You think I'm intelligent, God bless you, sign off in the comments. All right, so the WNBA, they pretty much just said no to this new contract that the CBA was offered. And to put it lightly, they were currently making $66,000 to, at best, was it $240,000 if they were on a max contract. And this new contract would essentially made their max contract their minimum contract, but a little bit more. $250,000 would have been their minimum, and they would have had a maximum up to $1 million. That's insane. That's insane when you realize it, when you think about it. You got rookies coming into the WNBA making $66,000 as a contract. I'm assuming that might be for 4 years. And if that is, then that's $16,000, $16,500 a year. That's nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie to you. That's nothing, bro. Like, put it in this way. If you're in the Canadian League up north here, I think if they're lucky, they make something like that. But if they're making $66,000, no, it would have to be this. It would have to be, this would have to be the amount they're getting as a rookie. That only makes sense. So a maximum at the time, let's look at this right here. 249,220 blah 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 blah. I can't even count. $249,224, which would be $62,306 a year. That's not bad. That's not bad considering they play 40 games. 40 games in the summer. Like, that is not a bad deal. Like, that right there, you get that. To be fair, that is a super max that they would have to acquire right now in the league. And then I guess the average player, from what I'm seeing here, shout out to ChatGPT, I could be wrong, the robot could be wrong, is around $100,000 on average what they make. And that's not including endorsements and sponsorships, ladies and gentlemen. That's just, the contract itself. Listen, man, I'm not going to lie to you. The CBA's job is just like any other union. If it's, let's say, if it's LIUNA 186 or 506, or if it's, what's the one with Jimmy Hoffa? The one out in the, oh my gosh, they have that one up here too. But you know what I'm talking about. You rarely see a union accept the first offer given to them. You understand what I'm saying? So they believe that they can get more. And listen, I'm going to be honest with you. On the outside looking in, I think they're crazy. But if I'm on the inside looking out, objectively, wouldn't be objectively, but I got to be 100% honest with you. If they know something I am not privy to, and I feel like I can make more money, then we going with it. Let's bring it up even higher. Why not? Why not? I know there's a lot of dudes out there screaming and saying this guy's an idiot. Listen. Put yourself in a situation. Even if you was in a sinking ship, let's just say the WNBA is a sinking ship, all right? And you're not making money at all, but you are subsidized by the NBA, which makes billions of dollars. And to be fair, their product is kind of been subpar. I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy OKC won this year. But if you have that corporation subsidizing you, and you kind of understand that in this modern age, where it's all about how you look instead of how you really are, meaning that you want to look good. Oh, we're helping out the league, the female league. We got to do this. I think the WNBA knows that the NBA isn't trying to look bad and just say, you know what, too much to maintain. We're closing this thing down. I don't think they would ever do that. I could be wrong, but if they know that, and yes, I know they're not making money, and yes, I agree with that. You shouldn't get a raise if you're not making money and the product is not at its best. Then you shouldn't get paid. But if you are in a position of leverage in some weird way, because this isn't a regular job, ladies and gentlemen. I can't be in sales and suck at sales, and I'm getting a talking to by my manager every day about how horrible I am, and then come to him and say, yo, bro, I need a raise. This is different. It's the same, but it's different, man, because at the end of the day, there's cameras in their faces. They've expressed how they felt, whether you think it's just or not. And to be fair, I think they are going to get the money they asked for. I will be shocked if they don't. Come on, you know it too. You know it too. You may say they don't deserve it. You can tell me in the comments section, but yo, I'm just letting you know that's what's happening here, right? To be fair now, on the other side of the game here, it doesn't seem like so. From what I understood, right, this whole revenue sharing thing. Um, okay, let's start off. The WNBA started off in '96, right, and then the first tip-off game was in '97 against New York Liberty versus the Los Angeles Sparks, and yo, it's been going ever since. Now, leagues tend to take a while to make profit. The NBA took a while to make profit, but I don't think it took this long to make profit. And we're dealing with two different leagues. And honest to God, I don't know what to think of this, because what do you do? What do you do to make more money for the league? And former basketball players, former NBA players, people that watch the NBA, and people that are critical of the WNBA have all said certain things. They have to kind of change their ways in a sense. They play with a smaller ball, maybe for biology reasons. I don't know. The court's a little bit smaller. The free throw line, the 3-point line is a lot shorter, I believe. They play shorter quarters, and a lot of people are saying, yo, you know what? Maybe you should lower the nets to, 7 to 8 feet, because one of the most important things about basketball is slam dunks. And you have very talented people in the WNBA, but listen, when someone dunks the ball, it's like seeing Bigfoot. They're, oh my God, oh, it's a dunk. And then they overhype it. And I'll be real, I'm watching this and I'm like, yo, that's cool, woman dunk. But like, this is me in like grade 10 skimming the net. I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, I saw a video of a woman winning a dunk contest. And for the record, she was a way better dunker than I ever was in my life, my whole life. I'm not athletic anymore. And She did a thing, but listen, bro, you're not winning that contest. I seen them other boys do their thing. I was like, listen, bro, give her the honorary mention, give her a thing, and keep it moving. They let her win. I'm like, this is insane. I was like, what is this? They pandering. They pandering, bro. So for me, listen, that was a little bit of a tangent, but I'm just saying, actually, it was. It's kind of on base here. If they load the net, and who wouldn't want to see a woman dunk on another woman and say some crazy stuff to her while she's on the floor and hope to see that girl get back? Come on. I would. Wouldn't you? And I get the frustrations. Listen, they've been shooting at a 10-foot net their whole lives. But my question to you is, basketball is more entertainment than anything. Like, I can't sit here and say that me watching how some of the games are being officiated and say that, oh, they're calling it 100% down the line. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not what's happening. That's not what happening. This is like entertainment. This is like Vince McMahon and Russo and, Cornette and all them people from like wrestling times. This is what this is. Maybe not as much as that is, but like, what I mean? It's on the same lines, the same realms of things, man. So for me, I don't know, man. I feel like they need to do some things differently, to bring in viewership. And I think sorry, I'm mumbling. The thing that they have, or the person that they have, this is literally the best time for women's basketball. They just got their charter planes last year. And now they have this woman called Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is what the league needs, but unfortunately the league does not want. Maybe because the color of her skin, maybe it's because they feel like they're better than her. I don't know what it is. Maybe all those are applied here, but to me, in my honest opinion, Caitlin Clark, and to a lesser extent Angel Reese, but more so Caitlin Clark, is the reason why the league has such a buzz. You know what I'm saying? Like, ticket sales went up. They doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what this is. I actually want to check out some WNBA highlights. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I ain't watching the WNBA highlights, bro. And I'm like, let me see what this girl is. Let me see what she's about. I'm watching it, bro. I'm like, this girl is amazing. And I'm not here to disrespect the Asia Wilsons, the Angel Reeses, was it Sue Bird, I believe, retired. Who's that girl that got the cannon for an arm? Oh my God. She was in that Adam Sandler movie. You know who I'm talking about, man. She worked at the golf course. Oh my gosh. She's good too. She's amazing too. Kelsey Plum. There we go. Haha. Yeah. So, first and foremost, what she did with that t-shirt, she threw that thing. And it was beautiful. Me, if I threw a t-shirt, that thing is going at least 10 feet. This woman grabbed that thing and threw it. And I'm like, yo, there needs to be like a football league for women. Not the lingerie football league, but they need to have. I saw that and I was like, no way. No way I just witnessed this. But they need to shake some things up. They maybe have to fire the management. Because to me, if you're not protecting your star player and she got injured, and then when she got injured, ticket sales went back down to the graveyard, then that shows me that you guys aren't serious. I would have made sure if someone blew, like walked in her direction, we blow on the whistle. That's a flagrant foul. We got to protect the star. I'm sorry. Because she could be like, I'm not doing this no more. I'm going to Europe, or I'm going to the big three and make more money. And then that's it for you guys. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not against them making more money. But I just found out the other day that, one, they played 40 games, and two, they don't have back-to-backs. And I'm like, hold on, what? Hold on. Y'all don't play back-to-back games? Listen, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. So you guys have charter planes now. you are negotiating of getting more money, and I'm not against y'all trying to get more money, whether it's just or unjust. But you guys have to play back-to-back games like that. You can't come out here and say we want fairness, and then y'all don't play back-to-back games. That's insane. Like, what the hell? What's going on here? You guys are like, this is some. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's not cool. That is not cool at all. Play some back-to-back games. Um, I just, for me, I wish all these ladies well. I'm not gonna slam dunk on these guys, pun intended. I'm not gonna, diss them like that. And I think that when you have a women's league, I think you have to market it differently than you would market it the NBA. You know, um, the women are your strength. Play on your strengths and not your weaknesses. You know what I mean? You want to sell clothes. Who whose industry is more bigger, the women's industry or the men's industry in terms of clothes? You literally have models in the WNBA. 6'5", 6'3", athletic build. Come on, man. Revlon, Maybelline, shoot, anything really. Damn it, man. Y'all gotta hit these women up. The league gotta let them know what's up. Have them walk down runway in Milan or something. Montreal, Toronto, Los Angeles. Dubai. I don't know. Like, shoot. Make it happen. Like, I feel like this is crazy. And I feel like they need to do, like, I don't know, maybe this might make things a little bit hacky or scammy, but like have like a pre-game show, where it's like the team, like you follow a team. You want people to want to follow a team. And if that person gets traded, that's fine. They're over there. You have the WNBA basketball team, the Sparks, Los Angeles, how it is to live and play on the WNBA. It's not glamorous. Explain why people should be on your side. And then you have women watching this show because it's reality and it's a bunch of women that are athletic, and majority of the women that watch reality shows could play the game on a level that y'all play the game. And then just be like, just lead that into, the show, the actual game. And then y'all go ham. And then, you have two different fan bases. Then you have more than one deal going in. And y'all killing it, man. I just, like, I don't know. To me, this is weird. It's not just basketball. It's entertainment. Like, the NBA is an entertainment brand. It's not a basketball brand anymore, man. I have to be honest with you guys. So I feel like the WNBA needs to head up like TLC or Bravo or whatever channel they got. Shoot, even Hallmark. Damn it. Like, let's make something happen. VH1, get the old WNBA players out there, have the rookies do some hazing rituals or, on TV, and come on, like, for real, like, make this happen. You want to have the brand out there. And one thing that I didn't like was it Kelsey Plum. There was a fan who had a book, and he's a devout fan, clearly. Kelsey Plum, you just signed this for you. And this girl got at him, bro. Like, she dogged him out. Like, that's kind of weird. You shouldn't be doing that. So let me get it straight. People hardly watch your crap, right? And I shouldn't call it crap. People hardly watch the games as is. And the people that do, when they show you love, you don't know how to act and operate. That's crazy to me. If that person asks me for my autograph, I am spending at least 5 minutes with this person. Be like, how you doing? Like the game? What do you think of this? Oh, I'm talking about the cards and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? They had this thing in wrestling, I believe, where I don't know who said it, and I forget. They said when, let's say it's raining outside and no one shows up, and there's literally 4 people I think it was Eddie Guerrero that said this. And there are 4 people that you're wrestling in front of. That's when you wrestle the hardest. Because those 4 people still came out to see you. You don't just sit there and dial it in and be like, all right, well, that's it. I'm going to do a little backflip and then, all right, ooh, my leg hurts. I don't even want to go out no more. Nah, bro, you got to go. You got to go ham. So for me, I just, yo, it's crazy, man. I think this league has so much potential. I really do. And to be 100% honest, I don't know what's going on. I think that they have to bypass what the players are saying, and they got to say, listen, we got to do this or we're going to die as a league. And if they really want equal, then I'm not trying to be a dick. Then say we want to tell the NBA, give us X amount of dollars, millions, maybe even $500 million, and then you separate from them, and then y'all get out the mud by yourselves, and then maybe pay them back when eventually you become profitable. But they ain't trying to hear that. They ain't trying to hear that at all. Listen, again, so the CBA turned down the agreement, and I'm not against that. I hope they do make more money, but they got to ball their asses out. They got to play back-to-back games. That's just my opinion. And for me, I want to see dunking in the WNBA. I don't know when or if I'll be able to see that. I don't know. It is what it is, but I'm just saying that would have been nice. I would like to see Caitlin Clark not get injured and for her and her team to thrive. But at the end of the day, it's not up for me. It's just, it's up to them. And change, there's nothing wrong with change. You just gotta want to have change. You know what I'm saying? So again, where do I see this league in 5 years? I hope in a better position. I hope the players are getting what they deserve, and I hope things are getting better. Like they just had a team in Toronto. I think it's the Fever. I don't know. Don't ask me. No, the Temple. Sorry, it's the Temple. The Toronto Temple, and it's owned by Serena Williams. I'm not trying to get into old Drake and Serena, and I'm not trying to do all that. But listen, the current salary that these women are getting, and I have to be 100% honest. I'm not trying to be a dick. You can't live in Toronto. You can't live in Toronto if this is the only hustle you're doing as a female basketball player. If you're making $100,000, you cannot live in the city. You got to have a roommate in the suburbs. And listen. If you told me that I could out the gate make $250,000, I wouldn't be mad at that. I'm not going to lie to you. But if you're in Toronto, you have to understand something. Taxes over here, it's no joke. They taking everything from you. You know what I'm saying? So that little bit of change you got left, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But I think this is going to be part 1 of this WNBA thing. I do got other things I got to talk about for sure. But if you like what I'm hearing, if you like what I'm saying, then like and follow, subscribe, repost, do whatever you want to do. If you think I'm crazy, leave a comment, say whatever. All right, thank y'all. I respect y'all, and have a nice